Good, it's recording. My name's Mighty Morfin. I make music. I'm also a DJ, also streamer, play some games, etc. But I wanted to talk about the fact that anyone can make music. A lot of my friends ask me, how do you do this? How did you do it? Like, it would take so much for me to learn to figure this out. And in a way, it's just the software that you have to learn. And it depends on what kind of software it is. Like, there's people who use FL Studio, Ableton, Logic, Cubase, Pro Tools. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. The one I use is called Native Instruments Machine. I got this old school drum machine a really long time ago, and that's the software it came with. And that's all I had. And so I had to figure out how to use it. I did start with FL when I was in like high school. But basically, I wanted to go through the process of just trying to make an idea happen from scratch without anything going on, kind of in creative block at the moment. So I want you to see what it looks like, see the process, and realize that outside of figuring out how the software works, anyone can make music. Anyone can make something that they'll enjoy, other people will enjoy. It's just a matter of sitting there and giving it a try, you know? So I'm going to open this software up and I'm going to show you what's going on. So, first thing we're going to do is basically just look for some type of melodic situation. I always start with the melody because once I feel that, it's a lot easier to do other things. I've got some controllers here that you can't see, but I've got a big drum machine here. I've got a smaller drum machine here, and I've got a keyboard. So that's what I'm using. So let me show you those. So that's the big drum machine, smaller drum machine here, and finally, that's my keyboard. So I'll find a way to get some recordings with a better angle, but at this point I just want you to be able to see me. So basically we're gonna start with melodies, right? So I'll show you, I'll do this video with the easiest possible way to do it, which is just loops. I might find a loop that I really like, and so I'll go through, let's see. So I'm just listening through, you know? Okay, I'm gonna start with that one. Check my metronome, I wanna see what time I'm going with. So it's got like an offbeat. Then something really easy to do is add a snare. I like to add a snare because it kind of gives me an idea of where the beat is, so that I don't get lost in terms of creating other stuff. So okay, so let's record that in. So already something's going on. Just two sounds, one loop and a snare, that's it. So now I've got this bass sound that I really like, so I'm gonna open that up. I opened it from the wrong window. Here we go. Now you'll hear this. And my pad mode, I need fixed velocity, so it's always the same volume. So now so what I can hear is a lower bass, something like, yeah, that one. So I'm just trying to figure out what kind of melody would work. So what's going on in my head is boom, boom, boom. So something like this. Already, we've got something going on. I've noticed the snares are a bit loud and not loud, because I didn't change the velocity earlier. I can just select them all, do that, and we're in. Turn that a bit down. Hope it's not too loud for you guys. Now I want some melody, like some movement in the drums. So I'm gonna do a shaker. That's what I'm thinking about now. Something like that. I'm not trying to go all crazy here. I'm just trying to show you the raw process of making an idea, a beat. So now I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna have it go all the way around the entire melody or just little bits. So this is what's in my head right now. Just add a little triplet here and there. And now in my head I'm hearing something like a or a sound or a whoa, something. I'm hearing something just every now and then just to make it more interesting. So I'm gonna go into my sounds. Like that. Now that sounds a bit dry, you can hear that. It's a little dry. But that's okay, because I'm gonna add a reverb into it. And notice, like, I've not used any crazy plugins. This is all stock, so if you own this software, you could literally do what I'm doing. Or to be fair, the bass might not be, but it's fine. So I'm gonna add a little reverb to this, because I want it to, there we go. So I'm gonna increase the reverb time. We have that water in the background, just creating a really interesting texture. So now I'm gonna go for, again, simplifying this whole thing. Sometimes I'll create from scratch. It just depends on what you want to do. So now I'm gonna look for a little hi-hat situation. So I'm hearing some hi-hats. Something like that. So I find my hi-hats. Select a new sound. I'm gonna add two different hi-hats because there's this gap. So in the gap, so I'm hearing like a triplet sound. So something like that. So I'll still add another hi-hat to deal with the space. So with these guys here, position, I can actually move them, which is pretty awesome. Now, this one is a hi-hat that's gonna go the entire way, because you can notice there is a almost like a pause. Now I want that to just keep going. And for me, a lot of the rhythms I like, it's like a train. I like that kind of rhythm because it helps you just kind of keep moving, you know? So let's see what happens here. So what you see me doing is kind of random. I'm just letting it create itself. So I'm using note repeat or arpeggiate. I'm saving this now. It's sounding like something. We're gonna go into instruments. Show you the instruments I've got. I've got a lot. So I don't wanna complicate things right now. So in instruments, we're gonna go for synth miscellaneous. Actually has really random stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this pattern as you see it there, and then I'm going to double that length. So what you're gonna get now is I want it to hit right when the melody starts and then halfway through again, just to give it this movement. Again, just vibes. And now I'm curious about something. So I want to lower octave in that second part. So it'll be this twice and then a lower one after. And I'm just hearing it in my head. Now it might sound wrong, I don't know yet. So we're gonna find out. I think it needs a different note. Well, I can change that. I can figure out that other bit of the melody later, but we can also have different sections, you know, so it works out in the end. So just making it up as we go. So I'm hearing a bum bum, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. My voice went all funny there. And for funsies, we can literally also just take the entirety of this and drop them down a whole octave and see what that sounds like. So now I'm just gonna add one loop here to make it feel good. Just a shaka shaka shaka, you know, something busy. Okay, I think I like this one here. Drop that volume down, my God. And now here's what's crazy. I have this feature called append where I can basically draw the patterns in. So let me show you what that looks like. So on my machine here, I'm literally, this is my timeline. So I'm just gonna hit intro, intro 2, beat 1. Oh, you're not seeing the whole thing. Beat 2, right? I hit append again. And now, when I take you to my timeline, which is a different view, that's my mixer view, sorry. Boom, timeline's right here. And now I've basically got a structure of a song ready to go. So we'll hear it now. It's just simple. Just want to show you the way songs work, the way you make them. And then now you can start writing already. You can start writing stuff to this, or even, you know, save this and send it to somebody who needs to write. Or if you've got a rapper in the room and you're just a producer, boom. Or if you're starting up, loop this. What I used to do is I would loop this like 10-15 times so that it's like 3 minutes long, just that beat. And then I'd play it in the car, I'd play it in the sound system, listen to it on my headphones, and you realize like, hey, I made a song, like I've made music, you know? That's what a lot of music is. You just create it from the start, like nothing in your head. And so this is an example of someone trying to make music when there's not many ideas going on in my head. There's a lot of stuff I'm working on. So starting something new, my brain had to kind of reset. So there it is. It's just simply done, you know? So I honestly think if you are trying to make music, if you're thinking about it, just give it a go. It's really, the hardest part is just starting. If you can't get software like this, you have a smartphone, I'm sure. There's software that you can get on your phone that'll start helping you make beats. So hopefully those steps that I gave you give you some idea of how to build the track really quickly. You don't have to know what you're doing. You don't have to be a maestro with music and chords. Just put some sounds in there. And if there's a rhythm to it, if you can get the rhythm, just have the snare. Like, that's half of the work of figuring out how the song is going to flow. So that's what I got for you guys. Appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to please like, subscribe, all of that nonsense. And yeah, I'll make another one for you. I'll see you in the next one.